Well, hello and welcome back to another unboxing. Today we're going to look at the Batmobile, the Tumbler from the Dark Knight Trilogy. This is my favorite Batmobile. It so kind of fits that vibe of that whole series. It's tough, it's like a tank, it performs well, it's fast. You know, the actual real vehicle that they used to film, I mean, did everything that you see on the film it could do. And even the stunt guy was like very impressed on how well this vehicle actually worked. It's real cool. It's something I wasn't totally expecting from a Batmobile, so let's go take a look. Well, hello and welcome back to another unboxing. Here's another Batmobile that, like I promised, this is my favorite one. This one here is the Tumbler from the Dark Knight, Batman Begins Dark Knight Trilogy. This has to be my favorite. I think that's my favorite series of movies. I mean, the first two Batmans, the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton's were great. I always, when I was a kid and saw that, I always loved that Batmobile. Thought that was cool. The animated series kind of went off of that line of that Batmobile, the long one. I grew up watching the 60s version Batman. It's funny to watch it now because it's quite corny, but it's funny. And but like, you know, the original Batman, the 66, was an original actual prototype car, I think, concept car that they turned into the Batmobile. The Tim Burton version is a, you know, actual car, and they actually have several of these, believe it or not. And this is a complete fabrication, you know, like, and they didn't believe, if I remember from watching the makings of this, they didn't believe this thing would even work, you know, especially to do the things they wanted it to do, and it did it actually exceptionally and far beyond what they could have hoped. I mean, it jumped, it made quick turns, and all those spinning around, and I think they shot most of it in Chicago, in the streets, because you had all those, you know, the L trains that go above. Chicago already has that, but they had it ramming 80 miles down those streets, whipping around those turns with all these big tires, and it did it perfectly. And the jumps, it wasn't a weird heavy in the front or too heavy in the back and wanting to land. It kind of had a good, yeah, they were so happy with the performance of this vehicle. The stunt driver was like, that drove the stunt version of it. Because they have several, because there's a stunt version that's all souped up. You're inside it. I think that's on Jay Leno's garage too, if you want to watch. He drives it. It looks like a race car inside. It's all safety, roll cage, you know, simple like airline switches, you know, where you have a cap and then you hit a switch. You know, it's nothing like technoed out like you see in the actual movie. Because then they have the version where he's in there and they film. So. And I think they made several, just, you know, others that they kept in different, you know, the military colored ones and stuff. But yeah, I just thought this was really cool. I mean, this front end here, this nose piece always reminds me of the Stealth Fighter, which I think they probably pulled off a Stealth Fighter model kit when he was concept drawing it, and then when they made the real car, they did that. I see the real car, that glass there in that sensor is actually like a gold glass, like a gold, like sunglasses that have a gold silver. So that would be kind of cool to try to replicate that, because I've seen that. I was just watching Jay Leno's one with this Tumbler, and yeah, that's goldish. It's like a goldish glass. You know, like I said, like you see on the sunglasses. But yeah, the box is nice box art. I think Bandai had released this probably a couple times when I was trying to find images of it. And yeah, I saw all the different kit boxes, actually different numbers. This is kit number 506-2184. They're calling this the Dark Knight Trilogy, Batman Begins version. But I think they have like one that's, you know, a little different as far as the numbering. But yeah, the side here, like Bandai, they show you the high point details. The detail is going to be amazing in it. Saying here that the windshield has been recreated in a smoke gray color. Yeah, cockpit shield has been recreated with smoke gray part color. Nice. Because like I said, the Batman car is very dark. You got suspension coils and everything from what they're saying here. The soft rubber tires. So let's open this sucker. I think I popped in here just to see what this is. There ain't much of a car frame because it's all in pieces. You know, here's your front end parts. And, yeah, so well, let's look at the instructions here. Again, simple. Body color, flat black. Gold parts, gold. Silver parts, silver. And they're very simple. 3 colors to the whole Batmobile. Bandai always has that thing where they show you where things are on the sprues. Sometimes they use sprues, trees for, like, say an X-wing. They make one tree that works for several X-wings. And but this X-wing you might not need this part, and this part, and they'll put little X's showing which ones you won't use. But their instructions are always really nice. And yeah, this Batmobile has 2 seats. And very simple interior. Probably because you won't really see it, because I don't know if this one you can open. I think, yeah, I'm not sure if you can open and close the window, the roof to get in. I think you can. I'm not sure. Or you gotta have it open or closed. I'm not sure. We'll find out. But I think that's hinged there. The really weird, crazy steering, because its axles on the front come from the outside, not from the inside. That was a crazy thing they had to come up with. But yeah, really nice. It's gonna be simple. I think the only thing we're gonna try to light on this is maybe the actual engine jet, and then those lights those spots that are up there. And I'll have to see where else there is. I don't know if there's some down in here. I don't think so. I think those spots, its floodlights are right there. Or its headlights, in a sense, are right up on there. This Batmobile didn't have no taillights. He wasn't worried about anybody seeing him brake. So, but I think we'll just do those. I mean, that's in the maybe do find out what color the jet port is, and we can maybe do something there if we can get to that, and if I can get lights up into that window of where that framework is. It looks like you can just lift that off to see inside. Yeah. There's where that jet engine turbine goes in. So that would allow me to get in there. And we'll look at the part physically. But where would those headlights, where's the part? I think right there. That would be tricky. I mean, we could always hide the wire out from underneath it. Come up and come on from underneath it. But can we, yeah. We'll see. It'd be nice if we can do that. If not, I'm not worried about it. It's a static. We can make it look static. But, yeah. Here, like I said, these are the front pieces that hold the front wheels together. This is probably the back area, because that looks like windows. Probably underneath, maybe interior underneath. So that's what's on that sprue, and that's sprue C. Looks like we got a couple missing. And you got windshield wipers on this one too. So brilliant. Ah, and here's the smoky. It's a clear smoke windshield for the. And that's it. And then there's the part that I was saying. I wonder if I can get a chromey or a goldish color in there, on there. Well, I don't know. I mean, they did it as a clear, smoky, clear part. Yeah, I'll have to do some experimenting how to get that. Because I don't think the Windows had that. I think it was just the that part on the one they show, the real one they show. If not, it'll look cool because it'll have a different kind of thing. But if I can lightly airbrush a little gold on there, like really thinned out, maybe that'll be a way to do it. And then clear it. And then you may be able to kind of see through it a little bit. Because I don't want to lose it that it's like a clear part. No, I don't think doing gold behind it would do anything. Because it should look like just like those sunglasses when you get. But we'll move on. We'll figure it out when we get to it. There's that roof part that I think is going to allow you to lift up. There's the part with the lights. There's the two. I think it's two spotlights per side. Yeah, they don't really leave you anything. We could probably put a fiber optic through. But then how do we slightly light? That's probably what we could do. Poke a fiber optic through. Mushroom it over on this end just slightly, and then it can look like a light. And then we could build a little light box right there and just put one SMD LED hitting both. That's probably how we'll have to do it, and then we'll have to build a little light blocks to block it. I can't believe it's actually got windshield wipers for this. That's awesome. These pieces, I have no idea. They all kind of have the same little pattern in them, so I'm wondering what those are. It might be something that glues into that wing. There's our engine turbine exhaust. Bunch of suspensions and all the hydraulics that lift the things in different shapes. This is going to be cool. Bandai just does, like I said, just does exceptional work. Yeah, so I don't know what else, how to really like that. I have to see how they show this engine working. I think I can just drill one big hole in the center and just put a flickering. And of course they got a part, but we'll have to drill through all that. They got like a locating pin right in the center there. I don't know why you have these two there and these two there, but we'll get rid of that and then drill the hole through. And we can set an LED in there and probably do a flickering. I don't know if I'm going to do red or blue. I think a blue would look cooler. It looks more turbine engine-ish. So there we go. That's cool. There's our big monster tires for the rear. That's awesome. Nice tread. This is going to be, yeah, Bandai, of course they got it right. Because there's a distinct, I don't remember what they got these tires from. Like, these are probably from some type of big, heavy excavation. You know, kind of like the monster trucks use, you know, those big dump truck tires. And I forget what they said that they got these for. But there's a distinct tread pattern to that tire, and they nailed it. Even the shape, the way it is, that's perfect. And then when that turns into the back bike pod or whatever, that's awesome. Very good, Bandai. And then this here is just our compartment. Like, there's nothing really special about the engine compartment or the driver's area. Seats are very just plain. Like, I'm not seeing. I mean, there's your wheels, hubs, and that's basically all that is. Wheels, I think these are the front end areas, and a couple more shift turns and stuff. But yeah, I'd like to see what do they give you, like any type of real interior in this. Besides two seats sitting in a square box. That's what I didn't really pay attention to see. Not that it matters, because I'm just going to leave it closed up. Yeah, that's pretty much all she is.
There's no steering wheel. There's no they didn't give you nothing for the interior except for 2 seats that you can probably slightly see, you know, through the smoky glass. So they just kept it simple, stupid. But then that makes sense, just that I don't know if you really want the top to pop off just to see a seat inside. Yeah, where did it show it going down? Yeah. So yeah, we'll glue all that down. We're not going to do really anything fancy to the interior because you're really not going to see it through the smoky glass. And that's why they didn't spend a lot of time doing any type of the way it looked in the movie. I mean, I don't even 100% recall because it's always dark. But they at least gave you seats to kind of maybe see a silhouette of something in there. I'm thinking that's what they're thinking. But that's okay. Well, there she is. There she has it. This is going to be another nice and exciting build because, like I said, this is my favorite Batmobile. Just the raw of it. It's a tank, you know. It's made to do what Batman needs to do. It's not being fancy and sporty. This means business. So, yeah, I hope you come back when we actually start the series. These are probably kits that I'll probably do while I'm doing bigger projects. You know, it gives you a break from the bigger projects. Being that it's Bandai, it's nice and simple, and pretty much one color, 3 colors to the whole kit. So, should be fun. So, I hope you come back to check it out. Until then, thanks for watching.